Yeah, this is your boy EC22, and this is the FairWeather Fan Channel, man. Before we go any further, please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, join the conversation, and we are back. We got J-Dub in the house, we got Coach D-Way in the house, and guess who's back? We got Simba in the house, the pride of the Lions. Simba, what's happening, man?
What's going on, man?
All right, y'all already saw the caption. This is Final Four review, but we got to the Final Four by going through the Sweet 16. We're going to dive quickly into the Sweet 16 for the men's and women. Then we're going to give our Final Four review, starting out with the women. Simba, what do you think about the Sweet 16 for the women? Or did you get a chance to watch?
Yeah, I watched some of it, but I'll start off with this statement right here.
Okay.
Paige. Of course you will.
Buckner. Paige.
Yes.
I tried to tell y'all that she was so nice. I tried to tell y'all. First episode, I said she's really skilled. She continued to get 30, 40, 30 again on Monday or on Sunday. So
yeah.
What more can I say about
Monday?
Or Monday.
She got 32 on Monday, and then she got 40 on Saturday.
Mind you, all of them are shooting 50%. All the games she shot above 50%. So,
what up, Lou?
What up, Lou?
And good decisions. She's getting her team involved.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the next one. She's the next one.
And guess what? Paige Beckham decided to go for the WNBA draft, which means she could be coming here to DFW Metroplex. So yeah,
they keep going back and forth. You can't believe anything until the draft happened.
Yeah.
Now we got Olivia transferring and she ain't going. Yeah.
You just never know, man. But yeah, Paige is the truth. Looking at Friday when they girls kicked this thing off, Maryland and South Carolina, man, that was a pretty decisive game. Maryland really did their thing. Yeah. UCLA and Ole Miss, that game was a whole lot worse than what it looked like. That's what he said. He said, I need to know if the rumors are now wanting to play for the Wings. We keep hearing it, Lou, that whether or not she wants to actually come to the Wings or not. But as of right now, the WC decided to declare for the draft. Dallas holds the number 1 pick. So that's just where that goes.
and wait, just real quick, Paige is the best in college basketball. I'm not gonna make a big argument, but I'm not a totally % sure that she's the first pick. Ooh. Just saying that Dominique over in France is moving up. Lauren is moving up.
I'm saying national television.
I'm saying Paige is the consensus number 1, but if Dallas gets some strange hair from their GM like Nico, then they may not pick her.
Ooh, Lou, and can Paige coexist with Erika on the same court in terms of flow and ball play? I mean,
see what I'm saying? They may want a big girl. They may want Lauren. They may want Dominique. They may want somebody else to coexist. This is Sam Bowie, Michael Jordan with Clyde Drexler all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Simba, can when you have a situation, when you have a all-star point guard out of Rika Gumawale, Olympian or Gumawale, and then here you are, you got a top recruit out of Paige Beckers. Is it possible that these 2 point guards can coexist?
I think so for sure. I think there's no problem. I think she fits in seamlessly because Paige can play off the ball, so she don't even need the ball to be effective. And Anika, she's a scorer, so like if Paige can get her in easier spots and her spots that she likes to operate in, I'll see it fitting seamlessly. For me, it's like I feel like Paige could play more of a CP role, and Anika could go to like a D book where she don't got to dribble all that much. 1 or 2 dribbles, post up, step back, all those things will get her the same buckets that she's getting right now. But right now, she's really working for them. Like she really got to get her off the bounce, get in her bag. So that's just what I think about it.
And they got a new coach.
And both of them going to get the other one more open shots. I'm sorry, Eric. Both of them going to get the other one more open shots. If that's what ends up happening, because you can't cheat off. Both of them being guards, you can't cheat off of each other. So, I mean, again, I don't think there's a wrong answer for Dallas at this point.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good point, Lou. Right.
I like that. Yeah.
So I mean that's all fair. But first of all, we got to get these women out of this CBA.
Yeah.
We got to get through the negotiations first. Otherwise, we won't be seeing it's going to be unrivaled next year. So
all year long.
I know, all year long, right?
Making more money in the unrivaled they are, yeah. So
Duke.
Show me the money, baby.
Show me the money. On Friday, we also had Duke in there, North Carolina. Obviously, that was a very low-scoring game, an embarrassing game to watch, but it was a highly defensive game. But I thought that was going to be a key matchup. But it was a good defensive game, but it rocked you to sleep. And then LSU just handed it to NC State. Moving on to Saturday.
Whoa. Let's park right there for a minute.
Oh, because NC State was your.
I'm an NC State, guy. So
yeah, I forgot about that.
They were my dark horse in the girls bracket. So
yeah,
man, Coach Kim, did Coach Kim cut me again, man?
That was you get for not feeding them horses grain. You put them out there in the pasture and let them eat that wild grass.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
No, yeah, we're going to get to Kim Mulkey definitely when we get to the Exodus and the Elite Eight. That was, I love Kim Mulkey. I don't care what nobody say about her. Tennessee and Texas, that was actually a pretty good game. Texas ran with it. I thought it was going to be a close game, but it wasn't. USC did their thing in a close game against Kansas State, even without Juju. Obviously, the game that I was watching, Hannah and Haley. Haley did her thing over Hannah Hidalgo, and man, Haley Van Lith, she did her thing. And then what else can say? The 40 points dropped on our Oklahoma Sooners from Paige Beckham's, and that was something special to watch in that complete beat down. Moving on to Go ahead,
real quick. Let me say something about Tennessee, man. That's the first time. That's the second time I got to see them, but it's the first time I watched the whole game. Dude, Kim Caldwell has got a system that I'm not for or against, but she's playing hockey out there, son. She's substituting a minute into the game. The whole starting five came out. This is crazy, and I love it. But it's something that we're not used to. You know what I'm saying?
They just re-upped her, man. They just paid her big.
They should, but that's an interesting aspect.
I'm glad to see that. Yeah,
that's an interesting way to take it. I hope we see more of it. I'm gonna make sure to watch more of it. But I mean, that was exciting to watch. I'm glad Texas got the better of them. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But man, I couldn't believe. Again, this is the first time I got to see the whole game.
Yeah.
It was a minute 15 seconds into the game, and she had 3 subs at the table. I'm like, this is crazy. What's going on right now?
What do you think the thought process is behind that, though? Like, what do you think
her own words is to say she wants everybody given 1,000% at all moments. So I guess she thought somebody got winded in the first 60 seconds. I don't know. But if you watch the whole game, at the end of the game, like with less than a minute left, and we get fouls and timeouts and all that nonsense at the end of the game, she started going to the players she wanted shooting free throws.
Right.
But man, that was an interesting take, and I mean, I want to watch more of it and try to understand more of her thought process. It's like Tim said, I don't know what she's thinking. Like, you ain't even broke a sweat yet, and you're coming out the game.
I know,
that's
right?
crazy to me.
So maybe, and I'm going to address what Simba was saying. Maybe she's got one player that she thinks is really good, then maybe she thinks she's got 7 or 8 that are pretty similar. So if that being the case, she's just trying to get everybody's attention. Hey, you better do something while you're out there, because you may not be out there very long. So
could be. I like it. I like that too.
Then let me throw this. And I was conflicted at first watching the system play out, especially when you're ready to watch a close game. I was seeing, like I said, minutes of the game, she's subbing. And then I started seeing the effect it was having on Texas, because Texas didn't have a deep squad, so they can rotate like that. And so every minute or 2 or 3 minutes, they're getting fresh players. And when she got them off the bench, they was ready to play. They came in with energy, right? But then something happened that was weird. One of the girls off the bench, Z Spearman, she had like 3 buckets back to back. Then boom, it was her time to come out. And we know in a game of runs, you cannot do that. You gotta feed the hot hand.
Yeah.
And so if she would have kept in the game, they could have opened up that league a whole lot more. But then you give that team a break by pulling a hot hand out of the game. So I mean, it can work, but that time I felt like it was kind of against. Simba, what do you think about that quick rotation like that? Playing college basketball yourself?
Not college though. I don't think. Maybe like trying to prove a point in like high school or something. But
He said,
but like but like in college, no. You gotta let them. You gotta give your players the confidence to be able to make mistakes. I feel like that's where the trust comes from. And maybe they built a relationship to where like they're okay with coming out at that time. I don't know. That's in the locker room where they could talk about that.
yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't see like a method. Well, that method working for like a championship level team in the long run. So I just don't see that working.
I mean, she came from all the way from humble beginnings, I should say, to landing the coveted job at Tennessee. And we all know the pedigree they've had with the type of coach that they've had in the past. You know what I'm saying? But that you don't just hire anybody at that particular school, and they hired her. And gimmicks may work. I don't know, but we'll see how this pan out in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So
the gimmick worked until it didn't, right?
right.
Yeah,
You got a 10-loss team. You got a 10-loss team into the Sweet 16. So, I mean, I agree. I like the rhythm and the flow and everybody getting adjusted to how the game's playing. But I mean, it worked. It worked until it didn't.
Right. And I don't think this is something. I don't think this is something. I don't think this is her signature way of coaching. I think she did this with the type of player she have right now. I think that was her game plan. Obviously, as she get recruits to Tennessee, she's gonna readjust her approach to the game, which because you just can't like Simon said, you can't sustain this at all.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Sunday, start of the Elite Eight. This is where it gets interesting. Duke and South Carolina. Man, that was a close game. Honestly, y'all, South Carolina messed up my bracket way back in the round of 32, and I just felt like, you know what? I picked them to go. I picked them to win it all. And every time I watch South Carolina play, I'm like, man, I ain't gonna make it. They ain't gonna make it to the end. But somehow, some way, they keep squeaking away wins. They end up beating Duke in a close game, and then UCLA beat LSU. Lauren Betts is a big girl.
Man, and she's good at a big girl. She's good at that position.
He said, I agree with Simba on that. Crazy. Yeah, taking
What's up, Brandon?
What's up, Brandon?
What's going on,
bro?
But
hey, Brandon, don't agree with Simba so quick. I mean, he's
God, no.
I mean, he's a young buck on her. Don't be doing all that. I mean,
So, J-Dub, going back to last year, the way that Angel Reese and South Carolina, and the LSU girls played Lauren Betts last year, putting somebody in the front and the back of her, we saw that happen, not the Elite Eight in the Sweet 16. In the round of 32, we saw that happen. It didn't work on some team, obviously, because they didn't have big girls like that, right? To do that. That showed me something out of Angel Reese's defense ability for her to be completely undersized against Lauren Betts, but able to D her up and keep her out of the paint and keep her from scoring. I don't think anybody else in this current women's basketball is that type of caliber defensive player. What do you think?
And nobody is Angel. Nobody else is Angel, right? So for all her faults, all her shortcomings, Angel's a dog. She is a beast. She is going to talk to you the whole time. She is going to outwork you the whole time.
Yeah,
she's got holes in her game like Swiss cheese. But where she's good, she's better than most.
Yeah,
right? She's that girl for a reason. And to compare anybody else in college basketball this year, I know because it's her first year in the W, yada, yada, yada. There is no other Angel Reese.
Yeah.
We've never seen another Angel Reese. I mean, you got to go all the way back to Candace and all them girls, 20 years ago to find another comparison to Angel Reese.
Right.
Until, man, I cannot believe it's already happened. I think Kiki Arifin is a better version of Angel.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Skill wise, but she still doesn't have that dog that Angel has. And Angel's terrible at the goal. She can't hit a jump shot, but she's going to be in your grill all game long. She's going to give you problems all game long. And there's nobody else who can do that to Lauren. She's too big. She's too good to fold to anybody other than that caliber of player. Did all that make sense?
Yeah, it makes absolutely sense because, okay. That is a good credit to Angel Reese, where she lacking skill, and I think the fundamentals of the game is going to progress as she continue out her professional career. But would you say that J-Dub, you ain't going to outwork her?
Man, you ain't got to work.
She'll
You ain't
miss
got
5-6 layups in a row, but she's
mean
getting
in a
all the
good way.
rebounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Should be stat padding.
Yeah.
I want to hear you guys, all three of you guys, give me one player in the NBA, former or current, that would remind you of an Angel Reese. I have mine.
Oh, Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Anybody else says anything other than Dennis Rodman, they're wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Okay. But yeah. So I want to jump ahead. Can I do that, EC?
Go ahead.
And I want to do this because I want to hear all three of you guys. I want all three of all you guys to comment on this. J-Dub and I have kind of touched on it, but I really want to hear Simba talk about it as well. Simba, I got 3 words for you. You ready?
Go for it.
Haley Van Leaf.
I think this year she got her confidence back.
Yeah.
Tell me who she is and what's your assessment of her game.
She's really good. I think this year was her bounce back year. Last year she kind of was a corner sitter. She was told to go sit in the corner because she had a lot of ball handlers at LSU. But this year she got to be on the ball a lot more, come off a lot more ball screens, just touching the ball more, like increased her numbers.
Yeah.
I think also she has a very good feel for the game because when she comes off a screen, she's quickly recognizing what covers are in. I saw it in their last game. Like as soon as she comes off and she sees that big drop below the free throw line, she's pulling up with like no hesitation at all. So she's a very good player. I think her game will translate to the W as well. Just like Paige, she's just skilled. She might not have the athleticism that jumps off the page, but her IQ is elite.
So hang tight, J-Dub. I know you got a lot to say about this. So
Chomping at the bit, son.
Simba, I really love how you kind of sum that up. She, to me, and Simba said it better than I can say it. Her IQ is off the chart, and I'm talking about not only offensively but defensively as well. EC, what's your take on her?
No, Simba took the words right out of my mouth. Being our senior year, going in, first of all, trying to find out a team who can use their talent. There are a lot of seniors coming out this year. There's a lot of top scorers coming out this year. Right. And a lot of juniors coming out this year. And and just like Simba said, she just now coming into her own, right? And so we seen what she did here in the tourney, right? And got knocked down in Elite 8. Is this enough for WN recruiters? Because we don't have 32 teams, right? So is this enough to get her to the next level? I believe not right away. I think just virtue of just her timing is not right away. But I think maybe a year or two from now, if she still has those aspirations to get to the W, I think she can probably make it. Because you are dealing with ability to adjust, for what we've seen. Now, of course, we don't know what the future may hold with her, and it's not throwing no shade at Haley Van Leaf. I think that if I was a WNBA recruiter, especially when those expansion team that's coming out, and not this year, the Warriors already got their squad, and they're already doing crazy stuff off, not the Warriors, but the Valkyries. They're doing a whole lot of crazy stuff off season right now. They're building their team, but the next expansion team, the next 2 that's coming up, I'll definitely be looking for her to lead that team.
So before J-Dub talks, man, she's dynamite, dude. She plays with so much intensity and so much heart, and she leaves it on the floor. And I think she can really help somebody's roster at the next level. So J-Dub, give us your whole
same. She is a high IQ point guard, but we come back into a conversation I've been having all season long.
Here you go.
That height.
She's 5'9".
You know where he's going, man. You know where
Can
he's
she
going.
guard Juju? Can she guard Caitlin? Can she guard Kelsey? Can she guard these girls that are got 3 to 5 inches on her? And we're not gonna know until we know. And
right.
I got into a black hole today of looking at WNBA mock drafts, and they have her consistently between 9 and 12, and she's a baller. I think she was on the ball a little bit too much last night, I don't know if it was because her teammates weren't moving or for whatever reason, but man, she's just lacking in size. And the only thing in sports we can't coach is size.
You said they
You
got
can
her.
have the heart. You can have the heart of a champion and the size of a munchkin, and you ain't gonna find a team.
You said they got her. They got her at. They got her coming out at 12.
They got her between 9 and
Oh, wow.
15. They got her between the end of the first round and the beginning of the second round.
Wow.
Yeah.
And,
So, yeah.
and just to double down on what Simba said, this was her bounce back year last year. She was expected to be a role player, and that's not her position. That's not what made her famous at Louisville. And she can shoot, she can get to all levels, but man, she's gonna have a struggle on the defensive side. Like, can you imagine her trying to help off on Asia Wilson or Brianna? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
as a guard, you're helped tight defense. She's not gonna be able to do that.
You're looking at Chelsea Gray, who's 5'11", and she looks small playing in WNBA, and she's 5'11".
Right.
Hey, come on, y'all. Let's defer to Simba. Okay. The question is, Simba, 3 or 4 inches on guarding a perimeter player or being a perimeter player on offense. How big is that?
That's the world of difference right there. 3 to 4 inches, because the one thing that smaller defenders that they can have over taller defenders is leverage on the defensive end, because they can get under you and pick your pocket. They can see all your dribble moves and stuff like that. But she's a good defender, but she's not like a lockdown defender to where like you could put her on Caitlin, put her on all these great guards in the WNBA. But now that J-Dub said that, it does make sense. That size is a big factor for her, because they're just going to take her to the post. They might walk her straight from the backcourt all the way to the post, not passing the ball. She's so small.
And to add to you real quick, we're not talking about the men's side. We're not talking about Nate Robinson, who's got a 47-inch vertical, who can make up for his lack of height. We're talking about all these ladies at this stage of the game have about the same vertical leap. Let's be honest with you. They get up about 6 to 7 inches, which I'm not hating on, because that ain't much more than I can do. But I'm saying as an elite professional basketball player, she's not going to get any help from her athleticism. So I hope.
And Caitlin did it to her in college basketball last year. They played LSU, and she was picking her apart.
That's why she had to do it last season.
Yeah,
made her look so bad that game.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just think it is a big factor, because people like Caitlin, other great guards who read the defense real well, if you give Caitlin a clear vision of what's on the court with no hands, no nothing, come on, man. It's going to be a long night.
Wow.
And so just to add on to that, there's about 5 young ladies on the mock drafts that are all in the top 15, 16 that are all going to struggle with size. And of those ladies, Haley is my girl. The girl from Kentucky standing at 5'6". The girl from South Carolina is 5'9", like Haley. So there's about 5 or 6 young women who are ballers, but they are going to struggle with a size problem at the next level.
Yeah, they're going to have to be able to shoot like crazy, in which a lot of them are not. A lot of them don't shoot as well as Paige. They can shoot clutch. They can shoot desperation when needed. But to be able to step back and shoot over a taller person, that's a struggle. And I want to apologize to J-Dub and the FairWeather fan community. And I love Hannah Hidalgo. I don't care what y'all say. I love Hannah Hidalgo. But how many times did she get a shot blocked the last game? I'm like, my God, it's not. And then they got exposed by her left side. Oh, my God. Then they go left. I'm like, Hannah, if you're watching, fix it.
Hannah, we love you, but we all fixing to see what you're capable of, because Olivia is leaving you and Sonia's going to the draft. You're going to be by yourself.
Okay, so let's talk about the news out of Notre Dame women's program. I mean, come on, we can't just leave. We can't not talk about that.
Yeah.
So, Jay, what do you think, Jay?
I wish one of us 4 was like on first name basis with Olivia to know why she's leaving.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't care about why she's leaving. I don't know where she's thinking she's going to land.
She's going to land at South Carolina. She's going to land at UConn with Sarah Strong. She's going to land at somewhere where she feels like she can win a championship next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about, do I dare say, the West Coast?
She can go to UCLA, USC, especially
Yes,
if
sir.
Juju's going to be back next year.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
all-
that
it's
just
all-
came out yesterday. There ain't
Yeah.
even no rumors about that yet.
Yeah. Some of you heard anything about that yet?
Nah, this is the first time I'm hearing about it right now.
Yeah, so Libby Miles is going in the transfer portal. It's a done deal. She's going to transfer.
Yeah.
And she's a number 2 on everybody's mock draft. So she wants to stay for NIL deals, which I get and I'm for, but
Yeah.
I don't know why she's leaving Notre Dame.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. I feel like a player like her, she gonna go somewhere where she can win at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what she's
J-Dub
doing.
is right on point with that.
Yeah.
Who's next? Let's go. I've been doing research all day, son.
Take it, Jay. Take it, Jay. He sees. I think he's
Oh.
froze.
The one team I've been watching all year long in terms of roster, I ain't been watching their games in terms of roster. UCLA has no listed seniors on their roster. Okay,
Right.
so on a bunch of mock drafts, Janaea Barker, their forward, the 6'4" forward that plays off of Lauren, she's going 9-10. Lauren hasn't announced her, so we're looking at a Final Four team that can have all their players back next year. I think there's one senior on the team, but nobody knows her name. I promise you.
What team you talking about?
UCLA.
Yeah.
So Janaea Barker and Lauren Betts at 6'7". If Olivia goes over there, I mean that's a guarantee. I put $10,000 at the beginning of the season. They win the championship.
Oh.
So let me say the attorney can make or break a player. You know, we can see what you do all season long, but we know that coming into this tournament, it's always been about Hannah Hidalgo. A whole season been about Hannah Hidalgo, not to overlook Olivia. But this is what the transfer portal does. You can spark the conversation. You can spark attention by jumping into the transport portal just because, and you can take yourself and move yourself away from a certain player. Even if you, let's say, Hannah Hidalgo is a pride of Notre Dame, and then Olivia gets in the transfer portal, unless she says she do go to USC. Even though she's going and playing under Juju, the fact that she transferred is going to be enough news for people to watch her just because she did that, you know? And you see it happening with a lot of different guys. The men are doing as well. They get in that transfer portal just to create that news, to create that fanfare, and all of a sudden, then now all eyes is watching, see if it's going to work. Because, and going back to the attorney, you know, I made a previous statement about Haley, about her not going into the W, but obviously this was just a few days ago that J-Dub got this. But I tell you, she wasn't on that list about a month ago. You know, so that's how quickly you get in the tournament, you get your team down the stretch of the end of the season, and you start getting a name for yourself. How quickly things can change.
And just because she's entered the transfer portal doesn't mean she's not going to enter the draft. Those two aren't mutually exclusive. She can still enter the draft.
Right. So, so that's just what it's all about. You go to the draft. I didn't think Haley was going to get in the draft, but obviously because she had a great attorney doing her thing, team getting number 2, that changes a lot. And then we see, we'll see. But Hannah Hidalgo, man, listen, her college career is not over. They're going to find Notre Dame going to find some pieces like they always do. And then, but Haley, fix your left side. That's all I got to tell you.
Fix your left side.
And quit trying to, mid-rangers. Simba, what does it take as a small guard? You keep driving to the, how many shots do you got to get blocked before you realize this ain't working?
You think that you would learn that at a younger age, though? Like,
and listen, she kept, she put on the brakes up under the basket instead of, say in floater range. If she gets to where she has nowhere to go, and it's so easy for guys to block. At my older age, I can't jump no more. But when I got a guy that's gonna drive up under the basket, I'm like, you're making it easy for me.
I ain't got to move very far.
Right, I know exactly. You ain't got nowhere to go, but right here. So,
so she was also looking for the foul call. That's all I got to say. She was looking for the flop.
Yeah. So EC, let's pivot to the women's Final Four. Can we talk about the matchups? So
So who you got?
call out the matchups and we'll talk about them. I want to hear
right.
Simba's take on it too, and J-Dub's.
So Friday we got Texas at South Carolina, and then later on that night you got UConn versus UCLA. Ooh, starting out with Texas and South Carolina. Who you got, fellas?
Got South Carolina.
I got Texas, baby. Madison Booker. That's what I'm talking about.
I got South Carolina on that one.
Man, I got Coach Staley. Anybody Coach
Oh,
Staley's
yeah.
anybody she's coaching, I got that team in that game. So yeah. EC, about you?
Man,
Here
know
you
both.
go with your Big 12. Oh no, it's not Big 12. Never mind.
No, yeah, they're both in the SEC. So yeah, I'm there. I really don't care. No, I'm definitely rooting for Coach Don Staley. But like you said, Madison Booker. I love Rory. Rory Harmon. I love her game. I love the relationship they got. But they're two teams that play so similar, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, great defenders, can make some mistakes on offense. They have to figure it out as the game progresses on offense what they're going to do. Both of them are coached very, very well. You know, when Don Staley benched Malaysia Flo Wiley in the fourth quarter, I'm like, what are you thinking? But Don know what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? That's her top scorer, but she benched her and they ended up winning that game. So, but I think the momentum is swinging towards South Carolina in this game, in my opinion.
Agree.
And I can be the only outlier. It ain't the first time. Listen, Madison Booker is the female version of Kevin Durant as far as I'm concerned. You got Taylor Jones, who has decided to play like she's supposed to have been playing for 6 years.
Yeah.
Kayla Oldacre, who out of nowhere, listen, I'm 4 guys right now. She gets that steal and she's running up the court. I don't know that I'm getting in front of her. I'm going to be honest with you. That's going to hurt. That's going to be some pain. So, I get it. Don Staley is going to probably replace Gino Auriemma as the best of all time. But, man, I'm going Texas all day.
I
think Madison Booker definitely going to have to shoot more efficient against South Carolina if she wants to.
True.
I agree.
So I think that's G's comment when I was talking about Hannah Hidalgo getting a shot block. He said you have to get over. She got to do that finger roll or that or the sky hook. Being a shorter player, you got to do something. That George Griffin finger roll. Ooh, Iceman.
Yeah. So I just think South Carolina has more. They have more. I'm gonna say that they have more. Texas has, their main weapon. And they got a little bit around it, but South Carolina as a whole, they've got about 8 girls that can.
Their top
score 20,
yeah. Their top 2 scorers are coming off the bench. Moasia Flo Wiley is not a starting bench player, so that gives them depth. And just their defense strategy is crazy, and the way they control the flow of the game. Yeah.
So you got South Carolina, and somebody got South Carolina. I got South Carolina. And J-Dub's got
it's
Texas.
3-1.
Okay.
3-1. Yeah.
Okay.
The day y'all hear me root against Texas is the day I don't need to be on this podcast anymore. You understand what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at you. All right, then we got UCLA and UConn. Oh my God, I don't know. Let's go to you, Simba. Let's go with Simba. UConn or UCLA?
You know who I'm rocking with every time.
You going
to
Paige
Beckham?
Ooh,
she gonna show up big time. I feel like she's made for these moments. Like she's not afraid for the big shot. She has the experience, Final Four. So I don't see any way that they lose, to be honest.
So before I say mine, J-Dub, question: does Lauren Betts have any help around her?
Yeah, she's got some help. It ain't as good as Paige, and I'm interrupt you. I think UConn got it too because I'm a big believer in Sarah Strong. I'm a big believer in Sarah Strong being enough of a nuisance to get Betts into foul trouble.
Yeah.
To disrupt their flow on the offensive end. I think in 2 years, if we're still having this podcast, Sarah Strong is the name that we keep saying over and over again, right?
Oh, absolutely.
She is that girl,
without
right?
a doubt.
So
22 and 17.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So here you go. Sarah Strong, EC, you ready?
I'm ready.
Is the reason why UConn wins it all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because everybody's focused on Paige, and Sarah's going to drop 20 on you.
Said it. Simba's got me drinking the Kool-Aid. It's taken him like 3 weeks, but he's got me drinking the Kool-Aid. Okay.
And check this out. I'm gonna drop another name on you. I'm gonna drop another name on you on that squad that people forget about. Azzy Fudd.
Yeah.
Azzy Fudd, she can mess around and get you 20, 30 points a night, right? If Paige is having an off night or if Paige is taking out, Azzy Fudd is the next man up. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget about her. So that team is tough to beat. You know what I'm saying?
So Paige is going to do her thing. We know that. But Sarah is going to be the difference maker for them to win the whole thing. So
17 rebounds is nuts, though. Like,
yeah.
Who does that at that level? You know, in the women's game. So
yeah.
How about you, EC? What do you think?
For this game, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm torn because I'm torn. I'm torn because I really don't have a stake in either team. Honestly, y'all, I'm not tired of UConn winning, but
It's Alabama. It's the same as about Alabama.
I want Paige to win, but I don't want Gino to win. If that makes it.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
but
I saw a stat today that UConn is like, this is the 16th time in 17 years.
Yeah.
They've been to the Final Four. Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, right.
Winning culture.
Paige has got to have a good start. Paige has got to have a good start to that game. If UCLA is able to slow the ball down and get their offense set up and this, that, and the other, then all of a sudden it's an even game and anybody wins. But if UConn runs them out the gym, then I think UConn should win by double digits. And I'm a huge Lauren Betts fan. Huge.
Yes, you are. So I'm going to say to EC's point.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that all four of us feel the same way you feel about Gino. We're not rooting for Gino.
Yeah.
Probably not even rooting for UConn, but we are rooting for Paige. Simba, can I say it that way?
Yeah, for sure. One thing I want to bring about Paige, though, that they're going to have to play the bigs are going to have to play out that short roll because they're not going to be in the drop coverage.
Yeah.
They're not going to be in the drop because if they are, she's going to get 40.
Yeah.
And you're going to lose if she gets 40. So,
yeah.
You're going to lose. If she gets 30, you're going to lose.
Yeah, if she gets 30, you're going to lose too.
So, the only way I think, and it's just me and my opinion, the only way I think that UCL have a chance of winning this game, number one, obviously, you got Lauren Betts is the biggest girl on the court, so you get that. But they can't be. I mean, she's going to get touches, but you can't be overly predictable on how you're going to get her the ball. So that means Kiki Rice is going to have to step up. That means Jack, what's her name? Gabriella is going to have to step up. So they got a lot. They got a lot they need to do. What's that name? Is that Gabriella Jacquez. They're going to have to step up and try to cover a lot of those points and look for those one-on-one matches and get the ball to her quick. Because the last couple of games, they're looking to give her the ball. Everybody know the double team, so they're doubling her before she got the ball. And Lauren Betts is so smart to where she'll sit in there for 3 seconds, and I didn't even know, and I forgot about this rule. I said I didn't know, but I forgot about it. And once you catch the ball, 3 seconds starts over, so you get another 3 seconds to work with. So she's so smart. She knows how to get in and get it out, being a big girl. But I don't think they got to find a way to – you can't keep allowing her to get double teamed. You got to find her those quick, easy points in order to have a chance, right? And then they're going to have to defend. They're going to have to find a way to use all the energy to keep Paige off the ball, to keep her from scoring 30, 40. Because just like J-Dub and Simba said, she dropped 30, she dropped 40. They're going home. So, but I'll be up for this game. I'm happy to see it. I'm on all number ones in, but
J-Dub, what has to happen? What has to happen for UCLA to win this game?
Same thing that she is so great at, and the thing I'll give her much praise at, she has to do her work early. If she can get an early shot and seal within the first 5 to 6 seconds of the shot clock, and they can set up their offense behind her,
right?
Because it didn't work out, but it will work out, 10 to 15 times in that game. Then I think if Lauren gets 25 and if Paige is getting 30, then we got a game that's going into overtime, gentlemen. So you're right.
I'm going to assume Lauren's going to get 25, and I'm going to assume that Paige is going to get 30. But the difference maker is what we've already said.
It's Sarah.
Yeah.
Hey y'all,
Yeah.
I gotta do this real quick. Let me take a real quick commercial break and just say this, y'all. I'm gonna put this on the screen real quick. Carolyn Limbrick, I'm listening. Interesting women's basketball. Some don't have a stake. It's all exciting, y'all. That is my beautiful, beautiful cousin. We call her sister. Her name is Carolyn Limbrick. Sister, thank you so much for joining us and watching the podcast, man. We love it so much, man. The support and the love. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all don't know, this is my big cuz, man. During my days as a youngin, you know, most of you guys know my story, growing up insecure and stuff like that. If there was one light that was in our household during the time she stayed with us, if there was one person who made me feel like that I was
awesome, love it,
accepted and noticed and seen, was my big cousin Carolyn. So Carolyn, on this show, the FairWeather fan, I just give you your flowers. Thank you, love you so much. And once again, Thank you for supporting and watching. We love you, cuz.
It's awesome.
So there we have it. The Final Four is set. So it was a 3-1 over South Carolina and Texas. It's pretty much a clean sweep. I'm undecided for the UConn and UCLA, but it's all clean sweep. Let's transition over to the men.
What's up in San Antonio? That's where my buddy Simba went to school last year or so. Simba was at University of Texas, San Antonio. So what do you think, Simba? What's the city feeling down there, bud?
There's always hoops in San Antonio, so they're used to it over there. I feel like the Final Four being in that area. But I'm looking for the Blue Devils to come out with the win, come out with another national championship. But we'll see.
Now, J-Dub, last week you said it was Duke's tournament to win or lose. You still hold on to that?
Absolutely, and I'm rooting against them at every turn. I'm rooting against them at every turn, and they are by far the best team in the nation. Not even in the Final Four, they are the best team in the nation. They can take away any player and not lose a step.
Yeah.
And just real quick, in case I forget to mention it later, Carlos Boozer's twins are going to be freshmen there next year. So we're going to be having this conversation again next year.
Yep.
I'm just going to go
crazy.
Brandon Marsh said Duke all day. Yeah.
They're a G League team right now. In the G League, they better than 30% of the teams right now.
So I'm going to say it first. Duke wins the national championship next year. In 2026, they win the national championship.
So who win it this year?
Huh?
Duke.
So who are the matchups? So we got Duke and Houston, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all something. That's going to be a great game. That is going to be a good game. And what's ironic about that is J-Dub and I were at the AAC last year.
Yeah.
Caught Duke in the Houston.
I wish at halftime Duke and Houston would go out in the parking lot and fight and then come back in the second half, because that would give Houston a chance.
Hey, I'm going to say this respectfully. Duke, I don't think necessarily Duke is the team to beat. I'm just going to say that. I don't think they're the team to beat.
I already know. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying I don't think they're the team to beat. I think Auburn is, just throwing it out there. I think Auburn have the better squad in this tournament, just my opinion. But I am so rooting for Kevin Sampson. I am. I'm just, I believe I'm over my head right now. I picked Houston to win it all. I did. Because y'all know that I'm a fan of Big 12. That's what Coach G-Way is alluding to, because I'm a Big 12 fan. So that's my Big 12.
And they just got to the Big 12.
Yeah, they just got to the Big 12. And thank you for coming, because we needed all the help we can. So Houston, Texas and OU left. So
it's going to be obvious. I mean, Kelvin Sampson is the best coach in the Final Four. Okay,
Facts.
And we always root for him. But he's got a tall hill to climb.
He's David and Goliath.
He has some very, very tough players. He has some very, very gritty players, but they just don't match up in their skill set in this tournament.
Yep.
Their kids are giving him all they have.
Oh yeah,
and that comes to him developing that coach over there, him pulling out of them what he need to pull out of them, but that still falls short to the level of talent and the grit that's in these other games. So
and the level of size. I'm not gonna keep beating this horse, but every starter on Duke is 6'5" plus. And even their first three subs are 6'6", 6'7", and 6'7". It's crazy. These boys are a G League team. They ain't an NBA team. They a G League team right now.
Facts, man.
Yeah.
So is it? I'm going with Houston. So Simba, who you got? You going with Duke or Houston?
I got Duke.
Okay, so Coach, you got Duke.
So I got Duke, but I really want Houston to make it a game. I want them to really. I want them to turn it into a backyard street brawl, you know, and Duke wins, by 5 or 6, But J-Dub's got Duke winning by double digits, so we'll see.
I hope I've been clear. I'm rooting H-Town. It's tattooed on my body multiple times because I want H-Town to beat them down physically and mentally. But Duke's gonna win. Duke's gonna win easy.
Yeah.
Duke's gonna win easy.
I'm still sticking with Houston because I got to stick with my heart. A lot of people know that I always lead with my heart first. So I'm rooting for Houston, even though I know they're going to lose. But then if they win, if they win, I'll be the first one to say, I told y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we love. I hope that happens in 1 week.
I just think it's real hard for them to, I think it's hard because when your best player is willing to dive on the floor and be, there for help side and all these it's a home game for Houston.
Yeah, it is. And it is. Brandon, that's a good point to your point.
Oh, Brandon, boy.
It is going to be 70% Houston fans.
Hey, the refs are our 6 men. That's we subbing them in the game.
There be 6, 7, and 8. They better all be on the payroll.
If the refs,
them boys ain't playing. Proctor, Knipple, Flag. I mean, they the truth.
I really like Proctor.
Yeah.
Man, I do too. And he's got a green light. He's got a green light with the best player in the nation on his team, and he still has a green light to shoot that ball.
It's pretty too. The jumper's pretty.
Yeah. Proctor's been so cold. It's just been so fun to watch him during this tournament. So, how about the second game, EC?
All right, Florida and Auburn. Florida and Auburn. Did y'all see those games this past weekend? And the Elite Eight, man, you talking about something that was fun to watch.
So before we get into the matchup, EC, shout out to Texas Tech and Arkansas.
Big
Tech and Arkansas, man, they had a great run, Simba, you know it? Both those schools. Great run. What are you laughing about?
Shout out to Alabama, because, a lot of people was believing that this team was going to they had a great run, but boy, did Dukes remind them exactly who y'all were. This is not y'all sport. Y'all stick to football, but basketball is not just sport. Yes, sir.
Grab your towel and wipe that drool off your mouth, man. That's that grin off your mouth, man, about Alabama getting beat, man.
Yeah, man. It was, y'all, because y'all know I'm not a fan of Alabama, but I was hoping that they would finally introduce themselves to college basketball, and this was a good run for them. This was a great run, but God dang, boy, Duke, boy, man, they just beat them boys down so bad.
And that's what they finna do to the next two teams as well, homie.
That's funny. Hey, Simba, Simba, what do you see on the Auburn Florida matchup? What do you think?
I'm torn between that one too. I really don't know because Auburn has shown a lot of some weaknesses during the regular season.
Agree.
Woo. Yeah.
And I have a lot of questions about them, so I really don't know at this point. I really don't know what the Auburn one. I'm torn on that one. I think I'm kind of leaning towards Florida a little bit. I think their defensive tenacity will kind of bring them over the edge. They have a lot of dogs, but I guess we'll see. I'm not too sure on this one.
Wow. J-Dub, how about you?
I agree with everything he just said. I'm certainly more invested in Florida, especially, I don't know, was it the Sweet 16 game? They were down by 6 with 8 minutes ago, and I like a team that can come back from being behind in the closing moments. Yeah, I got Florida.
But to be honest, that was against Maryland. I mean, that was
whoever it's against, the mental aspect of being behind.
Yeah.
We have to get a bucket. And we have to get a stop.
Facts. They should have never been behind that game, and for that same reason, J-Dub, you got them. They lose points for being behind that game.
I got you, and that's a valid point. But I got Florida. I got Florida against Auburn, and then I got Florida against Duke, and I'm gonna be disappointed twice.
So my buddy Z-Man, who's I guess not on right now, he's a big Auburn guy, and yeah, he's drinking that Auburn Kool-Aid, and I keep telling him no, I don't see it, but it should be interesting.
Coach, he said Brandon's picking Auburn, but he said he's an Arkansas fan. You pushing his buttons.
Yeah.
Why would you? Why would you do that? Leave Brandon alone, Coach.
Because I know that's how B Marshall rolls, man. He's a suey pig guy, just like J-Dub is. But this is going to be an interesting battle. It's going to be a battle because you've got two SEC clubs. I mean, are you going to take the brawl and the brunt and the physicality of Auburn, or are you going to take I just think Florida has more athletes. They're more skilled. They make it more of a track meet. Man, it's gonna be a really good game.
So let me ask. I'm gonna ask Simba this question. Is I know the answer to this question because the answer is no, but I just want to ask it just because it's fun to ask. Simba, do Auburn get points for going through Michigan and Michigan State back to back? Do they get points for that?
Not for me.
I love it.
Not for me, they don't. I don't think they get points for that. They only beating them by 6 to me was like, okay, like they have no chance against all the other number 1 seeds. You were right. The last time I was on, you picked all number 1 seeds to be on, didn't you? Huh?
I did. That was that's how I do my bracket. And that's why I'm leading the pack right now.
Hey, hey, who's favored to win the Auburn-Florida game? What's the line on that game?
I think
Florida about 2.5, isn't it?
Yeah, 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we see a game where it goes into overtime. Actually, I'm gonna hope it goes into double overtime, and the last person that has the ball in double overtime wins the game.
And it's a high-scoring college game. It's 160.5 over under. So I mean, that's 80 apiece. Let's just say it, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
If it goes into overtime, it could get up to 200 actually. So, wow.
Right.
Wow. So my turn. I just have not been. I'm not been buying the Auburn. I'm going Florida. That's my pick.
So who have a better game?
Simba went Florida. I went Florida. Who'd you go, EC?
I went Auburn.
Auburn, okay.
I'm going
How
Auburn.
about you, J-Dub?
I went Florida. I'm going Florida. I like their grit. I like their mental toughness.
Auburn folds every time. Like I just can't with them until they get somebody that's like elite. Like Jabari Smith was like the last player. I was like, okay, like he's tough, but like they still didn't have a team around him that was like good enough.
You don't like Broom? You don't like Johnny Broom? What?
I like Broom. I like Broom.
But like to carry, no,
not to carry.
Not to carry.
I mean, when last time we seen a nice light-skinned hooper, man? Come on now, man. This dude is balling, man. Got a dark beard and everything, get hurt himself, come back into the game, big ovation coming back in. We thought it was done.
My God.
Oh man. I mean, wasn't that like who did that? Paul Pierce had to go to the restroom, come on back. That was like that's kind of feel I had. Like this dude came back and his team was blowing him out at that point, but still,
Hey man, hey, you're killing me, Smalls. That's awesome.
For the guys, who are the matchups we look for off in the Houston and Duke game? We know Flag. You got Doggy. We know that guy. Yeah, that guy.
I think Duke controls the glass.
Yes,
they're gonna control the glass.
So which is interesting because that's what Houston is known for.
Yeah,
that's what Houston is known for is controlling the glass.
Yeah.
Houston ain't played a team that the average height is 6'10", and they all hungry to go to the next level. They ain't played that guy. They haven't played a Duke yet.
Jada, what's the line on that game?
Ooh, I don't know off the top of my head. I would think it's four to 5.
That's crazy. But the bookies are smarter than we are. Man,
let's see. I'm trying to find it. Somebody find it before me.
It's five and a half.
5. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 5.5. Yeah.
Man,
5.5 and 136.
Yeah. So even the bookies think that Houston's gonna hang with them.
I think the only way
got to make people bet on them.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Simba.
I think the only way Houston keeps it close in the game is that they're gonna have to make it ugly. Like they're gonna have to make it real ugly.
Yeah.
Pick up 94, blitz all the screens, be real rough with Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Just make a statement early. I feel like that's going to be the way that they keep it close, but I still don't think that's enough to come out with the win.
You said it much more eloquently than I'd have said it. I was going to say Houston has to have timely fouls. They have to foul at the right moment, which is the same thing. You said it better than me, Ro. That's the only way, and they have to keep it low scoring. The only way for Houston to win, they got to keep it 60-60 going into the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so having said that, Houston's been good at doing that.
Yeah.
Houston, what are they, second or third in the nation? Oh, here we go.
Y'all see that?
Here we go. What
See,
took you so long, Z-Man?
Z-Man, he agrees with me. Houston and Auburn in the final. Yes.
He agreeing with the host because that's what he has to do.
Did you really go there, Z-Man? Oh, my gosh. So, guys, let's don't be surprised because defense wins championships.
Yeah.
And Houston has played great defensively. I know J-Dub's going to say, well, they haven't played against a Duke team they're loaded. I get it, but defense still wins championships.
So again, I agree. If they're going to win, that's how they have to win. They got to slow it down. We got to, you don't want a shot before 20 seconds as it lives on the shot clock, right? You want to have timely fouls. You want to make the game ugly. Right. But if they try to play, I don't even know the term that I'm looking for. Everybody's watching. We're all watching. In fact, more people watch this game than they're going to watch the national championship game.
Yeah.
If they try to play pretty ball, if they try to play the ball that makes everybody know that they're a better team, then they're going to get blown out.
Yeah,
that's not Houston's mentality. They don't play that way.
Everybody's mentality changes when 60 million people are watching the game.
Go ahead, Coach.
Simba said it the best. If the game can get turned into a brawl, a back street, back alley brawl, dude, y'all better be careful with H-Town if it can turn into a brawl.
I already said that. If we can fight at halftime in the parking lot, then Flag and Knipple want nothing to do with Francis and Jefferson. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's yeah. So
here we go right here. Hoop Social, thanks for joining us.
Where you been all night, Hoop Social?
Yep. That is the key for Houston right there.
Yeah.
And he got Houston versus Florida in the chip. Wow.
That would be my favorite. If that happens, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Wow, Hoop Social. That's strong right there, bro.
We'll see.
Do what, Simba?
We'll see. I just don't see any world. I haven't seen any team or anybody ever make Cooper Flag make mistakes. He's so he thinks about everything that he's doing to where the point if he does something, it's because he wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. It's not like any defense is forcing him. You can't force him left. He's fantastic with the left hand. Floaters with the left hand. That's how you know somebody is real skilled.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I don't think anybody. Cooper has not seen the 40 minutes of hell defense
right
that he's getting ready to encounter. He has not experienced that yet as a freshman. He has not seen somebody be in his grill for 40 minutes. Body up, push him, hold him, bite him, pinch him, kick him, spit on him. He has not encountered that yet. So we're getting ready to see if Cooper is everything that we think he is.
But it's not Batman and Robin. It's Batman and the Super Friends. He wasn't there for 2 games, and they still dominated. We're not talking about a 1 versus 4. And again, I want everybody who's listening, everybody watching, I am H-Town to the core. All my love and all my fanhood is going to the Houston Cougars. But this is not a one-man show. This is you just said it earlier in this show. They're going to win the championship next year too.
Yeah.
So again, it's not just Cooper. Cooper's going to make the right decision, like Simba's been saying. Cooper's going to keep doing the thing that like we all been saying. But they got to deal with a bunch of dudes. They got to deal with a bunch of dudes who know what they doing. Yeah. And if we ain't fighting on the court, then we losing in the locker room. You understand what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if Proctor was the leading scorer for the game.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's going to hit 4 to 5 threes this game.
Wow.
Because Houston is not going to let Cooper beat them. Houston's not going to let Cooper beat them. So either Knipple or Proctor's defender is going to come off of them almost every possession, or they're going to come off the big man. I can't remember his name. But it's brother, it's a talent thing. It's a talent thing versus a physicality thing. And how are the refs going to call the game?
Yeah. Right. So you beat me to it, J-Dub. If Houston gets in foul trouble, this game is a blowout.
Yeah.
A blowout.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah.
So I'm glad, J-W, you said that. Yeah. If the refs call it tight, this game's over at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
I mean, Cooper is averaging 18.9 a game. CJ Cryer is averaging I think 15 points a game, I think, something like that. And that's they're the best player. He's 6'1" senior and 15 points a game. So there's a big difference between a Cooper Flag freshman and a 6'1" senior. But like I say, that gritty defense and I love what Hoop Social said right here. If y'all didn't see the post, Houston had the biggest points scored and points allowed margin in the nation.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's a perfect storm that's brewing. You're talking about the hottest team. That, like I say, like J-Dub said, this is their a championship to win or lose. And Coach said it. They haven't faced a defense like Houston. It's a perfect storm. You know,
yeah,
this is cold. This is cold air and hot air mixing together. And it's going to create a perfect storm down in the heart of Texas. So San Antonio, we're going to see.
Let's go around the block here.
Yeah.
Simba, finish this statement. Duke wins by how many?
15.
J-Dub.
9.
I'm gonna say I'll cut that in half. 12. EC.
0. They're not going to win this game.
Listen, again, I think people forget, not us four, everybody's been paying attention. But like if you shut down Kemba Walker on UConn's run, you win.
Yeah.
If you shut down Carmelo Anthony on Syracuse's run, you win. If you shut down Cooper Flag on this particular Duke run, and somebody else is wide open. And they have been proven to be able to step in that spotlight and do their thing too.
But here's the thing. That's a great point. But my thing is this. It's different when you know a guy's out and the game plan is you're the guy. What do you do? Because you know how it is with young guys. You know, nobody wants to be the guy that's going to take the plane. The game plan is supposed to be on you. Now, all of a sudden, now you're having a bad game. Now, you want me to sit around and take the responsibility? Like, no, sorry, I'm throwing the ball right back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and then everybody gets right. This is where, I mean, Cooper Flag is a freshman, and he's NBA ready right now. But Coach said it, man. A lot of people in the stands, this is young man emotions. You know, this is really going to test the big stage because that's the one thing that doesn't translate to the next level is how to handle that type of pandemonium, that fanfare.
Right. If it's a close game, then we finna see what Cooper's really made of.
Right.
Because just what you said, they're not going to let him pass the ball off.
Right. And you talking about you're playing in Texas?
They're not going to let him do it.
That fan is going to be ooh-wee. Yeah.
So
if it's a close game,
I have to give Simba a little background. Okay, Simba, listen. Okay, that is so difficult to come out of J-Dub's mouth because he bleeds Carolina blue, baby blue. Okay, he bleeds.
But it's changed.
I can't even explain to you how you cut EC, you cut Simba, you cut me, comes out red. You cut J-Dub, it comes out Carolina baby blue. Okay.
Yeah.
So for him to have to even say anything like that about Duke, that I'll tell you something about him. So
that's true. That's true. All that's true. The only thing I can say is in the era of one and done, we've all had to adjust. These players aren't Duke players. These players are players who get most exposure at Duke. These players aren't North Carolina players. These are players that knew they could get the most exposure at this school. But yeah, that's true. But I mean, he's him. He's 101 right now.
Yeah.
So who's better at their craft? And again, I'm going to address Simba. Who is better at their craft at this point? I know you're going to say Cooper. Cooper or Page? Or Cooper or Juju?
I think definitely Cooper, just because he has a wide variety of things that he can get to. But Juju's bag,
man,
is different though. Like her bag is definitely top notch. Like she has every move possible. But I think Cooper had the versatility of the way that he can score is bar none.
Are you asking him to compare Cooper to other men or Cooper to Juju?
No, I'm saying he picked up on what I was saying.
No, I'm just asking because I'm not going to disagree with him like vehemently, but Cooper is better than anybody else in college right now.
Well, I say that because
but Juju is different versus every other female who plays basketball.
Because Simba is he thinks Paige is like the bomb.com.
I do too. I'm just glad to have some help with you two old men to tell you that Paige is the bomb.com. But Juju is different. Juju is Michael Jordan in 1983. You understand what I'm saying? She's fixing to change the face of women's basketball. If she can bounce back from this crazy injury. I get it.
I've never seen a woman play basketball like how she plays basketball.
Woo-wee, she is different, son.
Like I've never seen.
Oh my. Let me go back and pull up stats. I mean, pull up videos from Cabby Poindexter, who hoop just like a dude. I mean, she go out there and
love
practice
Cabby.
Great point guard. Go pull up some tape from Tamika Catchings.
Tamika Catchings, I get it.
When I say that, I say that respectfully, that Juju is playing at that level, you know what I'm saying, right now. You know, so there's the evolution of the game, but when you start talking about the way she's playing, the way she's moving around, she's definitely on a different level. But man, there's still another realm to get to when you get to the Tamika Catchings and the
when you get to that level. But at this level, at 20 years old, nobody's been Juju either.
Right.
Tamika Catchings, Abby Pondexter, none of them have been doing what she's doing at 19 years old. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This 6'1" guard is embarrassing women's basketball history. She's embarrassing. She's on a level of her own. She's one of one. I don't even know that in terms of I'm getting on a rant. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking in general. But in terms of her age and her level, we have never seen this as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. At her age, like you said, 19 years old, a sophomore, ball out of control, and able to handle the type of, like, when we talk
sleepy
about
eyes,
she
doesn't even know if she's awake or not. Listen.
Because here's the thing you're talking about. I always talk about when it comes down to sports, you got to control you have to have the skill, you got to control the show, and you got to control the money. You know what I'm saying? The show, that's the fan base that's been able to handle the social media influence and stuff like that. You got to have the skill set that's going to translate to the show. And then you got to handle your business, your finance, make sure you get the big bag, put yourself, you know what I'm saying, to get the money and set your family up. Juju at this age being able to handle her personality, her own. You saw on the game, they got her. She on Pop. Y'all know how big Pop dolls are. They just opened up a store in the Galleria and they have folks sleeping overnight. And she has her own Pop doll. And she haven't made it to the W. And no, that's how crazy. And a little Pop doll with the bun on the head. I mean, she able to control that whole character, her own persona.
Bunerific.
To monetize it. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy.
And she hadn't even scratched the surface of that whole deal.
Hadn't even scratched the surface.
So what would y'all say? What would y'all say her NBA comp is then?
Her NBA,
like her NBA comp. Like, what is her? Who do you think her game is like?
There's only one answer, and I've been saying it all season long. The only player that she is even remotely close is Dwayne Wade at Dwayne Wade's height. She makes it look like we can all do it. Dwayne makes it look like we could all do it. She is Dwayne Wade.
The jumper, though. The jumper is what gets me.
Simba, who do you have, Simba? Who do you think?
I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. I want to see what y'all think. I think the jumper, D Wade is good as far as like her aggression, but I think the jumper is what separates her because like I said with Paige, she could step back left, she could step back right. Yeah. She could do it all. Like, it doesn't matter. Snatch, both legs snatch. Like, D Wade didn't really have a jumper early in his career. And he only got the mid-range later in his career when he wasn't as explosive. So I think Paige, the comp has to be somebody who could boogie. Like, you gotta be.
So Hoop Social beat me to it, but for me, old school, it's Kobe Bryant. I mean, for me, so. Yeah.
When Kobe Bryant called Arika Gumawale when she was playing at Notre Dame after she had a little step back three to win the game, 2 back-to-back games, she won it that way, and he said that was Mamba mentality, and everybody started trying to compare Arika Gumawale game to Kobe, and I think they misunderstood what Kobe was saying. He said that was Mamba-ish, that's Mamba mentality, but he wasn't saying that she had the style like it, you know. Right. But just like Hoop Social said, when you look at Juju's game, the mindset to no matter where she's on the floor to have a move to score wherever she's on the floor, even when she's falling down. We saw that great game against UCLA, falling down, keeping the dribble, being able still to sink the bucket, knowing her body mechanics, knowing, you know what I'm saying, keeping her balance at all times to score. Nobody works hard at their craft to do that like Juju other than Kobe Bryant, you know.
So to call her Kobe fits into my world of if Angel and Caitlin are Magic and Bird, then this girl is Michael coming through the league right now.
All right, I
knew change viewership. She's finna change fanhood. She's finna change all that. Knock it off. Knock it off. She is her. She is going to make people who don't. She's going to make the people who aren't fans because of what she does on the court.
What about Allen Iverson? Is that a good one?
Allen is the biggest heart in NBA history. There is no reason why a 6'3" individual should ever be MVP unless you're Allen Iverson. So she's not that. She's not a heart-driven player, in my opinion. She's a skill-driven player. It's just that she's different skill than everybody else we've seen. She is different. She's a different person, and I don't think it will, since her game isn't predicated on explosiveness, but I hope her ACL injury doesn't change my opinion of her or the world's opinion of her.
Yeah, I don't think it will, and I hope it don't, because like I said, she's just a sophomore, so she still got. And then, like you said, they will give her an extra year of eligibility and stuff like that. She missed next year, so she got time to get together. Because guess what, the league want her. The league want her. You know, because we see the Caitlin Clark effect. Just in 1 year, when Caitlin Clark coming to the WNBA, now we got all this attention. We on there getting primetime spots now. The women was able, we saw what Nafisa Colley and Brianna Stewart was able to do to leverage that energy to get people to buy into the Unrivaled League to where they can give these women more money because that's what they've been asking for. Now they have a standoff with the WNBA, with a collective, because now we can make money by ourselves on our own. What you're going to do. And that's 1 year after Caitlin comes into this league. That is crazy. So now we got Paige coming next year. She's going to bring a different energy. And so can you imagine what Caitlin was able to do, what Paige is going to do this year? Can you imagine when Juju gets here? Oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. They may have pay-per-view games. I don't even know.
and that's what it's going to take. It ain't going to take people being fans of the WNBA. It's going to take people being fans of NCAA and wanting to follow that person into the next league.
Right.
It's going to be us wanting to follow Paige. It's going to be the fans of USC wanting to follow Juju. So that's what Caitlin did. Caitlin didn't bring fanhood to the WNBA. Caitlin brought fanhood to the NCAA.
Right.
And a percentage of those people followed her to the next level. And that's what it's going to take for everybody to keep going.
Right. Absolutely. All right,
Simba,
man.
Simba,
go ahead.
Simba, what do you think about this? I want to hear your take on this. I'm really enjoying watching the women's March Madness. I'm enjoying watching the game. Okay? The game. I'm enjoying being able to see the entire floor and watching those girls compete. Almost to the point where I'm actually enjoying it more than watching the guys' March Madness right now. Because they're playing the whole game. You can see the whole floor. You can see the spacing. Maybe because the game's a little bit, obviously it's a lot slower.
Because of the story.
Because, but comment on that. I'm really enjoying watching. You can see things develop. Go ahead, talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I think with the women's, it's a little bit different. Their game is different because I feel like the men's gets blurred out with all the athleticism. You see guys running and jumping and doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys, they show all of that in college. They get to the NBA and it requires skill, and then they go downhill from there. I think with the women's, it's all skill. It's all IQ. It's all preparation for the game, schemes.
And heart.
Yeah,
heart.
It's a bunch of heart. And that's one thing that I do like about the women watching the women's is they show so much passion for winning. Like they're diving off of loose balls. They're going for every offensive rebound. So I think it's more so of you being a fan of the game and you just love the pure essence of the game more than the athleticism that's shown on ESPN and all these big platforms that gets a lot of the attention. So I think just loving the game itself is where like most people like watching the women's March Madness tournament opposed to the men's.
I've been watching.
And if you on the verge of a jubilation or tears, I'm on the verge of jubilation or tears. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen. We can wear our emotions watching the women's. We can't wear our emotions watching the men.
That's so good. That's so true.
Watching the men and the women, I've been watching both of them this tourney, and I've seen more women hit the deck. And if y'all don't know what that means, that's a basketball term. You going for a layup and then you fall down and you hit the deck. There's no foul call. That means you put all you had into getting that bucket. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not about losing balance. It's about getting in the air and hitting the bucket. I had a poster on my wall as a young kid with it was a Bernard King doing a layup, and it says no such thing as easy two. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear and watch men basketball, whether it be WNBA, whether it be the NBA or college, you keep hearing, oh, that's an easy shot. But when you take it back to just traditional basketball, it's not easy to score unless you're by yourself wide open on a fast break and nobody's within, you know what I'm saying, 10 feet from you. You know what I'm saying? But these women, they play hard. They're playing below the basket, which there ain't but a few. That's a small percentage of people that play above the basket. I want to let the world know that. We love the NBA. We love men's hoops. But they're playing a game that a lot of us can identify with because we don't have that athleticism to jump 40 some inches in the air.
Come on.
So when we watch the women, it's easy to identify because like I can, we telling ourselves
I can jump that high.
I can jump that high. You know what I'm saying? And then think about it. We go to the blacktop and we roll and we get to the under basket and we find ourselves up under the basket and we don't know what to do. These women have an extreme skill set when they get trapped on the basket and how to still get that shot off. That's something because most guys we grew up relying on athleticism. When they go away, most guys just say, you know what, I'm stop playing basketball. Too many guys I know stop playing basketball once they lose their athleticism because they do not know how to play below the basket. So I'm watching these women, y'all. I'm looking at moves like, oh, I can do that. I'm 47. Okay, I'm learning this. I'm learning that. You know, then that's just how I look at the game. Everybody can be young like Simba, but Simba, there's gonna come a time
That's a whole nother conversation.
It's going to come a time.
47-year-old male is comparing themselves to an 18-year-old female and how that relates to our fanhood. He ain't got time to do that right now.
I know, man. Yeah, but
wait a minute. I just got the line. Juju Watkins is favored by 10.5 versus EC 22 in a one-on-one game. 10.5.
No, I ain't losing to Juju by more than 7. I ain't losing by more than 7.
He said she's favored against me.
Smoke me. I ain't gonna lie.
Juju's favored by 10.5 against you, EC, right now.
Oh no, I'm taking her out. I'm taking her out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I ain't losing to a woman.
One forearm.
I'm 290 pounds. You think she gonna score on me?
No more?
I'm sorry. if she want to protect the other ACL, she better not play because I swear to God I'm coming for her.
That's right.
No, man, Juju will hoop me under the table, man. I've played with women before that come out there and play pickup games, and man, yeah, I got in my feelings one day. I had these. This was maybe like 10 years ago. I was playing with these 2 young girls. They were playing for I think either Wiley or Garland, whatever was playing out there. And me and my homeboy, when I tell you these girls didn't miss mid-range, 3-point, they were like, bah, 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 bah. And so I'm trying to, give them the handicap. I'm not going to take the ball to the inside because I'm a whole lot taller. In that time, I was still jumping in the air. So I'm letting them do that thing. At some point, we was down. I looked at my homeboy and said, give me the ball. And I went straight bully ball them to a little girl, like boom, 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 knocking around. It was embarrassing. I was petty, but I wasn't about to lose that game on these girls who did not miss. I kept telling
them, I
kept telling them, I said, you give me, y'all better not miss, because if you miss one shot and I get the ball, it's over. I went and got petty. Yes, I did.
Straight to the jungle.
Jay, let me tell you how young Simba is, okay? He's still going out there in a pickup game, and he's young enough, he's still doing his stretching exercises and his calisthenics and his aerobics and getting everything lined up, okay?
Bro, I got to stretch to get out of bed, son.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be a time you'll be going, nah, I'm good. Let's just play, So
yeah, that's me. I see them guys stretching. I'd be like, man, that's too much energy. If I stretch, I might as well go home. That's a workout. I don't play basketball if I stretch.
Exactly.
like, dang, I got to do some jumping jacks. I got to lap. You know what? I'm good, y'all. Next game. Y'all, this has been fun. Oh, go ahead, Coach.
National championship, men's and women's. I'll go first. I got Duke and UConn. Simba?
Same, Duke and UConn.
Okay, EC.
I'll take Duke and UConn, yeah.
Whoa.
J-Dub.
I'll take Duke and UConn.
I got South Carolina, but like I said, I just think I put them on my bracket. But we're at the end of the show, so I gotta be a little more realistic.
Give up that bracket, dog. When we watching the games, you did that bracket 3 weeks ago.
I'm looking at Coach Staley's eyes, and she knows that that it's taking her.
Yeah, she's overmatched. She knows she's
overmatched. She says it's a game of runs. If they team can't get runs, then it's what it is. So I just think they're going to be outmatched, but they're going to give it all. But yeah, I'll go with the Duke and UConn situation. Yeah. But I'm sticking to my guns with the men's though.
UConn's got that freshman that's playing like she's 21, 22. So
Yeah.
Miss Sarah's playing.
Sarah was strong, yeah. And like I said, and Azzy Fudd, y'all keep forgetting, put respect on her name, Azzy Fudd, man. She's another beast. In the men's, I got Houston and Auburn.
No, you already picked Duke. What are you talking about? Did you not understand the last segment?
Oh, you want both Duke teams to win? No, I picked no.
No, there ain't both Duke teams. There ain't no 2 Duke teams. There ain't no 2 teams of anything. He asked championship of both sides, and you just said UConn and Duke. Are you crawfishing right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I am crawfishing. My bad. I'm sorry. I got a little razzle dazzle. My bad. I'm not mistakes that happen. I've had one in 3 weeks now, so
that
I'm good.
French connection.
I'm flip flopping. I'm flip flopping. I'm going back to
Auburn.
Dang, I want to say Duke.
Yeah, I hear you. That makes it tough. That North Carolina blue. Hang on.
Let me see.
I can't say Duke in championship. Saying and mean it at the exact same time, even though that's probably a reality. So we asked the question. I'm like, yeah, that's the obvious choice, but I'm still rooting for Houston. So So,
No, I didn't ask you who you're rooting for. I said who you think's going to.
Oh, yeah, he's ducking the question. He's ducking it. He's ducking it.
Well,
yeah,
you know he is.
thank you, Simba, for picking up. This is my political stance. I'm going to keep ducking. I'm going to keep rephrasing. I'm going to, when you talk about, saying healthcare, I'm going to switch over to gun violence. That's just how I do.
Well, I mean, if you're going to do that, I'm still saying TCU women's are going to win it all. So if you're going to do that,
Man, I want Eric to be my bookie. I want him to be my bookie.
Hey, Jay, where's Jordan at?
Bro, he's around somewhere being big.
Tell him to come down and say hi to everybody.
He's upstairs eating dinner, I'm sure, with his 300-pound frame.
So I know EC's going to ask everybody for their final thoughts, so I'm going to go first. Rangers opened up the year. They swept Boston. They won 3 and they lost 1. And right now they're in the bottom of the 8th in Cleveland. They're up 1-0. So y'all saw my little deal down there, Rangers. So I really think.
So you just going to overlook that butt whipping yesterday?
Man, butt whooping.
I think the Rangers are going to be really good this year. Whatever do you mean?
That butt whipping they took yesterday.
Yeah, well, you can't win them.
Can't win them all.
Bro.
Okay, I got you. But that was embarrassing. But yeah.
Simba, after this March Madness, you got to get up to speed on Major League Baseball so we can get you back on.
Yeah, I don't be watching baseball that much, but I might have to start locking in, man.
I love it. It.
I'm more of a
That's the age thing, Simba. I get you.
I'm more of an in-person baseball fan.
Yeah. That's how you do. You travel out of town, you go to a baseball game, then you buy a hat, then become a FairWeather fan. That's how I do.
Simba, you haven't been to a Ranger game yet. You haven't been to a Rangers game at the new place yet, have you?
Yeah, I've been to 2.
At the new park?
Mm-hmm.
So, Coach, I'm going to say this respectfully. I'm going to say this, and I'm not putting anybody on blast.
Yes. He froze.
Right when he
perfect timing to freeze too. Yeah. Look at that posture.
Yeah.
As he was about to put somebody on blast.
I'm sorry, that was JW crazy, man.
Who are you gonna put on blast?
So we was in a call Monday morning, and one of our dear friends said that he has some tickets that he can go to a game, and he actually can get some discounts to a game.
See, I got you, man. I got you.
And I'm trying to figure out how this guy only get discounts. I could have sworn that we could have all been up in a suite somewhere. Who this guy is?
So he
he
gets 4 freebies.
Okay.
But on everything else, because it's such a hot ticket, you can get like half off. He can get 50. So that's a pretty good deal, 50% off, dude. So
I thought they would just give him the keys to the arena.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about. Hey, this guy's a legend. I don't understand how he can get the keys to the arena.
That's funny.
Like I'm not gonna put him on blast, but I love it though. The actual sentiment was great though to throw that out there to
we're gonna go, man. Simba, let's go to a game, okay? Ranger game.
Say no more.
Yeah, we are there, man. All right, then, J-Dub, what your final thoughts are?
Well, my final thoughts are just like Coach D-Way, the MLB season is young. I am intrigued by these torpedo bats that aren't breaking any laws, but
love it.
12 home runs in one game. Man, it is crazy. The Yankees have scored 36 runs in 3 games, and there are 4 teams in 7 games that haven't scored 10. Wow. So I want it to keep going. I want the torpedo bats all year long. And next year, if you as a franchise want to hire an MIT engineer to design a better bat that doesn't break any rules, I'm with it. I'm with it. And I hate the Yankees. But, man, I'm on board with what they're doing right now. Let's keep that coming, and because this is going to keep people watching. We don't watch to see shutouts, even though those of us who watch enjoy it. We watch to see home runs, and we watch to see blasts, and we watch to see bat flips, and how this person's going to run around the bases and embarrass the pitcher. But man, it's been a good start to a good season, and no complaints.
So Simba, we'll get me and you and EC will catch a Ranger game, and we may or may not invite Z-Man, okay? Just saying, okay? We may or may not. So
No, I'm telling you, Z-Man, you're more than welcome to come to the Raging game.
whatever,
whatever you and Dave got going on, we'll let you guys ride together so y'all can work it out in the car ride over, and me and Simba ride together. But y'all need to fix your relationship so they got no right.
That's
Simba,
awesome.
you got the last words, the final words for the people.
I don't got no baseball words for you, but I'm gonna be locked in this weekend on the Final Four. I'm gonna be watching every second of all these games, so I can't wait to see who's going to the national championship.
Let's go, Hugh.
And I like the stories before the game, like when you get to see what they've been doing for the last 4 years, or their little organization they've been dealing with. Yeah, so I love all that.
EC.
He froze, and it's his turn.
It's his turn.
Saying that spectrum.
Oh my God, Simple, say something. Fill the air, bro.
Man, that spectrum, but I mean. I'm already.
EC, take us home, man.
You better hurry up.
So once again, y'all, before we get off this show, I want to let you guys know, it's no surprise to anybody, right? We talk heavily women athletics on this podcast, and y'all, and I just, I constantly want to let you guys know that it's rooted in my DNA. Growing up as a tiny child, I watched my uncle adamant about women's softball. Most of my cousins played with my uncle, the great late Uncle Elroy Kennebrew. He was definitely into women's softball. All his kids played, and so that was that. Then my wife, obviously, she played was a women's athletic. Her sister was in softball. My wife played basketball. She coached basketball. My niece has just finished up her final year at Santa Clara. That's why I'm repping her stuff right now.
That's awesome.
And so I just got a ton of friends, women athletics. I just watched a Muay Thai fight this past weekend. In the midst of watching all the NCAA, I got a chance to get on Facebook Live and watch. It's called Ohana Team Warrior. They have a group of Muay Thai fighters, and one of my old buddies, my best friend Stephen Allen, his daughter Tia Allen is 23, 24 years old. She had her first fight in Muay Thai. I'm screaming at the Facebook because she won her first fight ever. I remember I've been knowing this girl ever since she was born. I watched it, and watching her grow up as a great, awesome woman of God into transition into women athletics. She's always tried her hand in a lot of different things, but I think she found something, a real good sport for her to play. I mean, to compete in Muay Thai, the discipline of it all is great. So, y'all, women's athletics has just been dear to my heart. And now we got a platform that we can talk about it. So, and I said all that to say, any of you who are watching right now, or you know anybody who really, really, really don't mind diving into women athletics, it don't matter what sport it is, soccer, hockey, whatever women play, fighting, Muay Thai, boxing, basketball, flag football is about to be a thing now in the next couple of years. That's going to be a thing coming to the Olympics. So you're going to see a lot of women football players out there, or flag football players out there. If y'all want to bring them on the show, come on. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. This platform is for you. With that being said, y'all, man, thank you guys for tuning in to this another episode of the FairWeather Fan Podcast. Join us next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Time. We're here for y'all. But once again, before we go, like, subscribe, share, leave comments, join the conversation. Brothers, I thank you guys, man. But until next time, we are out.
Awesome.